is Ruby Bridges? You have probably seen this picture before. But do you know who the little girl in the picture is? It is Ruby Bridges. Today, we are going to learn more about Ruby Bridges and her impact. Ruby Bridges was born on September 8, 1954, a few short months after a landmark Supreme Court case called Brown v. Board of Education. This decision overturned, or replaced, an old rule from 1896 that said it was okay to have separate schools for separate races, as long as they were equal. This is called segregation. In reality, the schools that Black and other minority children attended were not equal to the schools that white children attended. Segregation was used to make sure that white students received a higher quality education than their Black peers. So the Supreme Court ruled that segregation was not legal, and that all schools should be integrated, or allow all children, no matter what race, to attend. Unfortunately, many areas of the United States continued to practice segregation, even though it was against the law. This was the case in New Orleans, where Ruby grew up. Ruby's father, Abon, was a veteran of the Korean War and an experienced mechanic. Her mother, Lucille, worked as a housekeeper. Neither of them had the opportunity to graduate high school because they had to work to support their families, and both saw the value of a high-quality education. Even though an all-white school was closer, Ruby was forced to attend another school further away. The school system tried to maintain segregation by making minority students take a special test to see if they could go to the white school. This test was really hard on purpose, and white students were not required to take the test. Ruby took the test and was among 6 children who passed. However, she was the only one who ended up attending the school. Even though she was just 6 years old, she faced horrible racism, taunting, threats, and hatred from white members of her community, including the Louisiana State Legislature, who tried to fight integration laws. Even though she was supposed to begin at William Franz School in September, Ruby did not get to attend until November 14, 1960. For her safety, Ruby was escorted to school by U.S. Marshals, who shielded her from the angry crowd that had gathered outside to try to scare her from going to the school. She spent the first day in the principal's office because other parents refused to allow their children to be in the same class as Ruby. Can you imagine how difficult that would be? Ruby herself would later describe the experience as follows. When I arrived on the first day, the mob of people standing outside rushed inside of the building behind me. I was escorted to the principal's office, where I sat the whole day with my mom, waiting to be assigned to a classroom. That did not happen because every one of those parents rushed in behind me, went into every classroom, and they pulled out every time. I watched them parade right past me out of the school building, and so by the time I got there on the second day, the school was totally empty. A new teacher at the school, named Barbara Henry, agreed to teach her, and they spent the rest of the year alone together because no other parents would allow their children to be in the class. One parent even tried to poison Ruby, while others threatened to harm her family. Federal marshals still escorted her to school every day to keep her safe. By the next year, things settled down slightly, but Barbara Henry's contract was not renewed, and Ruby Bridges was still mistreated and ostracized. Though it would take years, Ruby's bravery to attend an all-white school changed the course of education and society in the United States, and brought more public awareness to the racism and inequality that many experience in this country every day. In fact, the Ruby Bridges Foundation commemorates Ruby's historic steps in an annual event called Ruby Bridges Walk to School Day. This is to inspire students to take part in various forms of activism to bring an end to racism and other forms of bullying. What a legacy! Wow! Ruby Bridges was really brave. Let's review some facts we just learned to see what you remember. True or false? Ruby Bridges had to take and pass a difficult test in order to be accepted to an all-white school. That's right, it's true. What was the name of Ruby's first grade teacher? Barbara Henry. Fill in the blank. The landmark Supreme Court case that ruled that segregation was illegal is called Blank versus Board of Education. If you said Brown, you're correct. Great job, friends. Ruby Bridges showed courage and resilience in the face of extremely difficult circumstances. What are some ways that you can be brave like Ruby and stand up for what's right?
Hope you had fun learning with us. Visit us at learnbright.org for thousands of free resources and turnkey solutions for teachers and homeschoolers.